Yeah, I think it has been an incredible year. I mean, winning the championship back in 2010, winning it again this year is very hard to put in words. I think we have achieved something, that does take a little time to really sink in. Fortunately, we had a lot of races left in the season to still enjoy, but yeah, hard to put in words really. I know Formula One for a long time. I know all the big names, and the history does mean a lot to me. So that we are now, in some way, part of that is a very special feeling, and is something that no one can take away from us. I think last year was already very special, but to do it this year again, and to have such a phenomenal season. I mean, we had lots of highs. I don't think too many lows. Yeah, it's incredible.
That was actually my next question. Can you summarise the highs and lows, if there are any, of the 2011 season?
Yeah, I mean, 2011 was a fantastic year all round, really. There isn't much we can complain about. So a lot of highs, lows. Even if people tried to find some lows, and some point in the middle of the season where I think for 3 races we didn't win. I don't consider that as a low. For the people, I mean, it's very easy to say that now things start to get wrong, and obviously they want in a way to start playing a game a little bit and put you under pressure, which is fine, but it's part of it. But then I try to remember the time I had when I was racing for Toro Rosso in the beginning of my Formula One career, and you fought hard and you finished 16th, 17th, and surely it was different times then. I did a lot of mistakes. I had a lot to learn, but still, back then you were dreaming about finishing 4th or maybe 3rd, reaching the podium once. So I don't consider that as a bad result, as a low. Surely, if you know that winning was in your hands and then you finish only 4th, then that could be a bad result. But I think even those races where we didn't win, we still got the best out of us on that particular day, and got a lot of points, which in the end they matter a lot for the ultimate target, winning the championship.
Now on that, what about the German Grand Prix? That's one that the win didn't come to you this year. Now in English we'd say you might call it a bogey circuit, the home Grand Prix for a driver. The McLaren guys in Silverstone, what have you. I know Michael had problems in Germany in the past. Do you think such a thing exists?
Well, I don't know. I mean, surely if you look across the season, you have 19 races. To win 1 out of 19 is probably easier than to win 1 out of 1. So winning is never easy, and knowing that, obviously, to do that in one particular race, it's a different story. So I think we simply were not quick enough in Germany, and surely I would have hoped for something else. The home Grand Prix is something very special. We had a lot of support this year, again more than last year, which is incredible. A lot of people with a lot of Red Bull hats, and on the grandstand, people giving the finger, etc. It was special. It's surely when you're racing you don't see too much of that, but when you come into the paddock, you walk out, or you're doing the parade lap, in all these moments you realize the support you get, and I think it helps, it boosts, but if you're just not quick enough and your maximum is maybe 4th or 3rd, then it is not realistic to win. So there's just other people being better on that day, and I think you have to accept that, even if you don't like, but you still have to accept it. Surely the German Grand Prix is special, and would be special to win one day, but then again, hopefully it wasn't my last one.
Now, not dwelling on the negative here, Japan, also a race you didn't win, but you did win the championship. Now, I'm thinking you probably really would have liked to have won the championship with the race win. Is that right?
For sure. I mean, I think you always want to win the championship by winning. There's nothing better winning the championship with winning the race on that day. But yeah, I think Japan was a special race for us. The last 2 years were phenomenal, and this year we were very close. In the end, we were only, I think, 3 or 4 seconds behind Jensen, who won the race. So there wasn't much missing, and we weren't slow on that day. But it wasn't our best race, and we did, small mistakes here and there, which did cost us a bit. It's not fair to say they cost us the win, because Jensen did an incredible job on that day, and they were very strong, and they deserved to win, no doubt. So we didn't, and we finished third. But it was, still fantastic to be on the podium. The Japanese fans are crazy, and the atmosphere is just fantastic. It's different because the people are so enthusiastic, and standing on that podium, I realized that my life doesn't get much better than this. Surely, I would have loved to be on the top step, but just to be on the podium, see the passion that people share with you for what we do, for what all the drivers do, to be part of that in that moment, and then winning the championship with I think 4 races to go. I think that says it all. I mean, there's not much more really to add. It was very difficult indeed to switch from the race we finished third to hurrah, we won the championship. It's not that straightforward. It takes a while, and just because, as I said, we did a few mistakes on that day, and surely you were thinking about them. Why did it happen, and why didn't it come together as nicely as previous races, etc. But then again, you try to enjoy the moment. As I said, these moments on the podium, and surely, I think the day you win the championship, no matter which result you have, good or bad, you will always remember that.
Now, you mentioned the fans there. How special is it when you go back to Heppenheim or go back to the factory to see people who really support you? How special is that? And Britta will show me photos of all the children, the young fans who've come out to support you. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I think returning home, for me, returning back to my hometown, seeing the support and seeing the excitement people share for what I do, for what we do, is strange, to be honest. It's very positive, but I think you go all around the world, and different countries, different people, different fans, and it's great to see that and great to be just part of it. But then I think home is always something special, something that means a little bit more to you, and to see faces from your past, faces that because you grew up in the same place, and seeing those people supporting you and supporting you for what you do and who you are is great. But you almost feel shy, whereas usually it becomes natural in some way that you go to a track, and we all all the drivers, we get a lot of support, and it's great to be part of that. But coming home, as I said, is something special, and it's a little bit similar when you come back to the factory, and then you see all the people, and in the end, I'm allowed to use one of their cars. They produce only 2, and I'm allowed to drive around in one of their cars, and to come back home to the factory and see all the people. Just this moment means a lot, I think, to all of us. So that definitely, these 2 things are very, very special, because it's not fans that probably you don't know, or personally you don't know. It's people who it's people who work for you, and it does make a big difference. So as I said, you feel it's awkward because you are shy and you're someone else in a way. You are really yourself, and you don't know how to rate that. It's really something special.
But I guess it means a lot to them as well.
For sure. I mean, you know, when you come back for the people, I think it means a lot just, you know, to see you. I mean, it's hard to imagine, but obviously we're traveling around the world all year, and you know, I visit the factory from time to time, and sometimes you see a couple of people from that department, from the other department, but to see them all together, just to see the amount of people, you know, makes you realize how big how big the project is and how much effort there goes into producing those only 2 cars.